Hi, I'm Tom Graham, President of the PEPCO region. I'm not here today to talk about reliability, I'm not here to talk about smart meters, and I'm certainly not here to talk about trees. I'm here to talk about the 2011 Man and Woman of the Year campaign for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. PEPCO gets involved in many of these activities during the course of the year. Examples would be the United Way, where we raised over $1 million to support that organization, the March for Babies, the American Heart Association Walk. All these things are important as a committed partner for over 115 years here in the Washington metropolitan community. I first learned about this particular campaign several weeks ago. Admittedly, I was a little uncomfortable with the title of Man and Woman of the Year because it was just bringing too much attention to myself. But once I learned about what the cause was and what they were trying to accomplish through this process, it just made a whole lot of sense. Once I learned that every 4 minutes someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer and every 10 minutes an American loses that battle, instantly it became a connection for me. As I go about my work each and every day, there's a note that I posted on my wall, and I read it. And it makes me think about the type of commitment that I can make, that my company can make in this community. And it simply says, how will you make a difference today? And again, I look at it every day. I've thought about the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society very carefully, and it just made sense. I don't necessarily have a direct connection to leukemia and lymphoma. There's no one in my family that I'm aware of that has a blood cancer. However, there are 5 friends very close to me that had been diagnosed with some form of cancer over the last year. So it became important. And then as I reached into week 6 or 7, I learned that a good friend of mine's mother had passed away as a result of the blood cancer. And then now as I move into the 9th, in the final week of this campaign, one of my very closest friends just lost his father to leukemia. So that's the connection for me. The campaign has been an incredible ride, and then over time I ran into a young lady named Amanda, and Amanda really told a heartbreaking story that I'd like to share with you now. Could you maybe talk to us a little bit?
About a year ago, I found a lump under my arm. Thought it was an ingrown hair.
Such a girl.
Yeah, went to my doctor who gave birth to my 9-year-old son, and he said that I needed to go see a cancer doctor. I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease and started bone marrow biopsies to make sure I didn't have leukemia. Immediately went in for what was supposed to be a day-long run of tests, a week-long surgery. Thought everything was gone, and last December I found more lumps. And
take your time.
My option now, if I want to see my son grow up and yell at him because his girlfriend's too ugly, or yell at him because he's not doing good in school,
Because he plays too much Xbox.
We have Xbox.
So does he.
is to get the chemo, and it's really, really scary. And for a good while I thought maybe just eating healthy would help. And my doctor said that the second time around it's not going to. And I don't care about losing my hair, it'll grow back, I'm Italian. I just care because every time I look at my son now for the last year, he's not with me in DC because I can't afford to have him here. But every time I see him, he asks me, is he going to see me again? And I want to make sure that he doesn't have to ever ask me that again.
You know, I've done a number of things over the last 9-10 weeks to raise awareness and also to raise money, which is most important. At the end of the day, I set a goal to raise $100,000. The goal for the campaign, the total campaign, is about $1 million this year. It's lofty, but it's achievable. So we've done a golf event, golf/fight party/birthday party at my home where we raised about $16,000. We also did a recent event. It was a celebrity bartending event at the Country Club of Woodmore, where a lot of notable elected officials, former NFL players, both for the Washington Redskins and the Ravens, Baltimore Ravens, participated, and also the future heavyweight champion of the world, Seth Mitchell, also participated in that particular event. So when you put all those things together, we've been able to raise over $90,000 at this point. There's still a week to go, and that's why you're hearing from me today, because we are going to get over that $100,000 mark, because it's very important that we improve the quality of life for individuals throughout the country, really. I've dedicated this campaign to, as I mentioned a little earlier, there are 5 friends that I have that have been diagnosed with cancer over the last couple of years. But more importantly, as I went through this 10-week campaign, I met an amazing lady, Amanda. Your strength and your courage is really inspiring for us all. Andrea Harrison, council member, I'm sorry for your loss, and it's something that's at the forefront of my mind as I move forward and work on this campaign. And then finally, one of my oldest friends, one of my closest friends, Carl. Carl just lost his father over this last weekend. So for Andrea, for Amanda, for Carl, this campaign's for you. Thank you. I've received tremendous support from my company, all the way up to the chairman of the company and some of the senior officers. The employees of the company have been tremendous. We've been doing raffles, various other activities, outreach in the community to try to raise money for this particular campaign. I hate to get into names of all the organizations. I'm involved in a lot of boards in the area, but I'll name a few. And if I leave you out, I'm sorry. But the DC Chamber of Commerce, the Maryland Chamber of Commerce, American Association of Blacks in Energy, Mentors Inc., Leadership Prince George's, these are all examples of some of the organizations that have been involved. But individual businesses, I really have to recognize Grant Capital Management for what they've done, Manic Construction, Asplund Tree Trimming. They've been very, very supportive through this process. But again, this really gets down to people. It doesn't have anything to do with Tom Graham. This has to do with Leukemia, Lymphoma Society, and for those individuals who are impacted every day. But what I want to do is introduce you to a couple of my friends that have also been very, very supportive in this process. And I think a few of them you'll recognize in the very end. There's no name associated with them, but they're the Oxon Hill Middle School in Prince George's County, Maryland.
Hi, I'm Vincent Gray, Mayor of the District of Columbia. I support Tom Graham as the 2011 Man of the Year for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Every 4 minutes, someone new is diagnosed with blood cancer, and every 10 minutes, another child or adult loses the fight. More than 2,500 patients and their family members are served each year by the National Capital Area Chapter of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Please join me in supporting Tom Graham and the National Capital Area Chapter of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society as they fight to help thousands of families throughout the Washington metropolitan area who are struggling with the effects of blood cancer.
I think that it's very important for everybody to support Tom Graham for Man of the Year for the LLS campaign, because Tom gives so much to so many people. He is very dedicated to many of the organizations in Prince George's County, and he's just always willing to help. So I think he is the perfect Man of the Year, and the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society is a fabulous organization that really helps people that need help fighting blood cancer. So it would be a great way to help two things at once.
Now, Tom really is a great guy. He cares about the community and he cares about everybody around, so just a fabulous guy to be around. So anytime he asks for support, I try to pitch in.
He's a very caring and compassionate gentleman, and in all seriousness, Tom is a great community activist, and I certainly appreciate all that he do for the citizens of this county. Well, I'm very proud of him because this is, typical of the kind of generosity that has always characterized how Tom rolls. And it also sort of demonstrates how smart he is because he chose me to be one of his bartenders so that he could look even better, with a high contrast picture. A man who's got that kind of acumen deserves to be Man of the Year, and it's a real testament to his community orientation that he's doing this.
Hi, this is Rashawn Baker, Prince George's County Executive. I'm proud to support Tom Graham as the Man of the Year for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. He's doing a great job, all the success in the world.
Thank you, Oxon Hill Middle School. I appreciate your support. Here's the ask. We have 1 week to go. If it's $10, if it's $20, if it's $50, if it's $100, if it's $1,000, it's $5,000, it's $10,000, I need your support. Leukemia and Lymphoma Society needs your support. Get online today. You can see the information at the bottom of the screen, but today closes out the campaign. Whatever you can do will be deeply appreciated by those nearly 1 million Americans that are impacted by blood cancer. Just remember, every dollar counts. Thank you.